Hi there, my name is Amanda Khalil, and I am a graduate student from the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, the Entomology and Plant Pathology Department, and I'm here to talk about our pollinator plot. I also have Destiny Matheson, who's an undergraduate working with us this summer, and here we're interested in pollinator communities in East Tennessee and their relationship to native plants, specifically to Tennessee. Here we are today at the Plateau AgResearch Center, who's hosting two of our field sites. Right behind me here, we have our mint plot, if you will. That is just one of our gardens that we have. The other gardens that we have are asters, as you may know as sunflowers. We also have our Fabaceae, known as the beans or your peas. And then we have another plot here that is a composition of all three families. All of these species, there's 18 of them in total, they are all native to East Tennessee. And we actually got these plants from a local nursery called Overhill Gardens down in Von Orr. So we're going to go through the individual plant species we have in our mint plot. This first plant is called the horsebalm. The next plant is called smooth Cumberland wood mint. The following plant is the late obedient plant. And this beautiful big bushy one is called the Virginia water horehound. And this mint might look a little familiar. This is called mountain mint. And last but not least, we have rosemary. I believe it's Cumberland rosemary. We all know that pollinators are important. Pollinators equals food, right? Everyone loves food. So here we are to figure out what type of food do our pollinators like to eat. The plot behind me, as I mentioned, is a mint plant. Mints are known for the nectar that they produce, which is all the sugar content that all sorts of pollinators like. Not just bees, but we're also looking at wasps and beetles and all of our friends in between. I mentioned the aster family, your sunflowers. Why do we love those so much? Of course, they're beautiful, but also they flower for a really long time, and they also offer a lot of protein for our bees, right? Meat, protein for us, same thing for our bees. And then the bean plants, beans or peas in the Fabaceae family, they offer a lot of protein also. So we're trying to figure out what our bees or what our pollinators like to eat and kind of give them a complex diet that we also like too. So how do we figure out what kind of pollinators are here in East Tennessee, specifically in this agriculture landscape? Well, we actually use a vacuum. So we're coming out to our sites at least once a week to take care of our plants, but to also sample the pollinators that we see visiting the flowers. So as you can see, Destiny here in the background has a vacuum, right? Much like a dust buster that you may have at home, but it's fixed with an internal chamber and a tube. So for 5 minutes, we're gonna stare at one of our species of plants. There's actually 4 individuals of each species, and there we're going to vacuum whatever bees or bugs that are visiting those flowers. Then we're gonna bring them back to the lab and figure out what kind of bees or bugs that are actually there. So Destiny can actually run a quick sample for us with our vacuum. So it's a little bit loud. Bees don't mind. So once we have something in the chamber, we're going to bring it back to the lab and figure out what it is. And that'll give us a great database of what kind of pollinators are here in East Tennessee.